you guys.
Please don't bite.
Hey guys, Donutmuncher here, and I apologize for my stuffy nose, first of all. Yeah, I know, it's gross. So yeah, about my Q&A for my 900 subscriber special, I am currently going to be working on that very soon, but I haven't got quite enough questions that I wanted, so I got quite a few questions, but I want to wait until I get a couple more in order to do that video, so I'm sorry for the people who are still waiting on that video. Now that that's all out of the way, today I will be teaching you guys how to make DIY LPS flower crowns, such as this little red one right here. So this is pretty easy, and it does count for quite a few supplies, but it looks really cute once it's all done and finished. So let's first go through the supplies. So obviously the first thing that you'll need are roses. So these are mine. I'm actually running low on mine, so I'm going to hopefully get some more soon. But yeah, you'll need some roses, some fabulous scissors, a highlighter or marker, a stretchy band. So like these are elastic bands, so they're pretty thick, but they're stretchy. You don't have to have a thick one. But it has to be kind of stretchy and look like this. Last but not least, you need a hot glue gun. I know, mine looks disgusting. Leave me alone. First thing that we need to do to get started is grab your elastic band. And you're just going to grab your scissors and cut off quite a big chunk. So like you don't need a whole lot, but you don't need too little of an amount. So now that you have your elastic, you don't want it this thick because otherwise it's just going to look a little weird and a kind of doofy. So you're going to make it thinner by, if you have a thick one, so if you have a thin one then you can skip this step. Now that your band is thin, you're going to take your LPS that you want it to fit around. So you're going to wrap it around the head like this, and go around to the back side and find out where it needs to be glued together because you want it to stay together. So about right here. So you're going to keep your thumb there and grab your marker, and you're going to put a dot right there. And you want to make sure it bleeds through so that you know where it is. And then make a dot right here. So it should look like this by now, and you're going to take your scissors and cut off the excess and any little stretchy things that are out of the band. So now that I cut off all the excess, I'm going to take my hot glue gun and glue it just like that, so that it fits perfectly around the LPS. And if it's a little bit smaller, then that's okay because it can stretch around the head. Also, please be careful with the hot glue gun because you can burn yourself. I've actually gotten a blister from the hot glue gun, so just be careful when using the hot glue gun, and maybe even get a guardian's help if it is too difficult for you. So here's what the band looks like. And it should look like this, and it should fit pretty well on the LPS. And like I said, if it's a little too small, then it does stretch, so it can fit around the LPS's head perfectly. Next step that you want to do is take your roses, and you're going to pick the colors that you want. And then once you pick the colors, you want to make sure that you have enough roses for all the way around the head. So you're going to kind of just lay your LPS down and kind of make sure that that's how long you want it, and just sit there and count and how many roses that it's going to fit around the LPS's head. It might take quite a few if it's like a Cocker Spaniel or an LPS with big ears, just because it's going to take a lot of roses to do that. So just make sure that you count all the roses that you have and make sure that you have enough for your LPS. So now you're going to be gluing on the roses, and don't put too much hot glue because you don't want to be able to like see the hot glue, and you don't want the flowers to be too stiff. So you're just going to put just a little bit on the end and smush it on there and hold it there just for a second and leave it there. And then you want to do it in the pattern that you want. And the good thing is that you can see where the bend is. So you want to put it on the LPS before just to make sure it's a good fit. And it bends the sides for you. So then you know where to put the roses because you can see the bends of where the ears are. So by now your flower crown should look something like this, and you maybe—
Donut, those leaves, they look stupid.
I know. So you're going to take your scissors. So I have tiny little Russian scissors. So we're going to be cutting off the leaves. If you have bigger scissors, they'll probably work as well. So after you're done, this is what your flower crown should look like. If there are still some little green frays, which you can see, you can use your scissors and kind of chop them up just a little bit. If it's too difficult for you to do it afterward, then you could just get rid of the leaves beforehand before you put it on there. You can make different kinds of flower crowns and different sizes, so I can show you some examples of different sizes. So here's this one. This is my first flower crown that I made, and this is for my short hair. So this one is specially fit for short hair, so as you can see, it's a little messy back here, but this is a thinner band, so you could get a special thin band instead of having just a giant one like I do. And here is the Cocker Spaniel one. So as you can see, this one is huge and it is kind of crazy, but it is pretty good size for a Cocker Spaniel for how big it is. So I was just going to do the 5 right here, but then I added on 2 more just because it looked a little bit nice. That I recommend is that it won't stay on unless you put grippies on the inside. So you're going to take your hot glue gun and you're just going to put some hot glue inside. You can kind of see it, but you're going to kind of just smear it around on the front and on the sides and even on the back, so that it gives it a little bit of a grip and it doesn't slip off of the LPS and it stays on there pretty well. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed, and comment down below if you guys made a flower crown. I would love to see your guys' responses. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I love all of you. Stay sugary and goodbye.
I'm upset that I cannot fall in love, but I guess it's the voice, the stress of falling out of bed.